Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey. Let me start that again. Holy Toledo. Mr. Tongue-Tied. Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Today's date is January 11th, 2026. It is a Sunday evening. There we go. I got that out. Laurel, Allie, and Peggy, welcome to the show. You guys are in on time. Laurel says, looking good, sounds good. Laurel is my official audio and video checker out there. She's been doing it for quite some time. Lets me know if there's some issues right when the show starts. I don't have to say, hey, is it working or not? Well, we had warmer weather this weekend, a lot of rain. But, of course, it wreaks havoc with the head. It is what it is. Got a bit of a headache tonight, but not as bad as the other night. Hope everybody's doing good. Peggy says, thank you, Laurel. Yeah. Hey, Allie, is Jim there with you? You guys usually aren't here on Sunday. You guys are usually here on Wednesday. Excuse me, did you get your meeting in with your son already? Laurel says, we were warm yesterday. Today only 30. 30's good. 30's good. Allie says, yes, Jim is here. He fixing dinner, or is he playing Pokemon again? Oh, your son graduating, he's home. Well, good on you. Good on you and good on him. Congratulations. Those who follow my content might have seen today I had a first. Believe it or not, some people have had these before. I had a first, and a first today. Allie says he's having a snack. Well, he can still be playing Pokemon and having a snack. No, I had a first today. Had my first death threat today on social media. Oh, I've had him in person. I've had him in person back when I was working. But Allie says, thank you. Now he just has to finish high school credits and graduate. Well, that's good. Peggy says, weather here in Kansas City has been back and forth all weekend. Yeah. Laurel says, people are crazy. People are crazy. But yeah, I had my first on social media death threat. So I'm like, okay, we'll take care of this. Not a credible threat. It just sticks in my craw. So I reported him and I blocked him. Didn't bother filing a police report because, again, as a former police officer, I know how it works. Only credible threats get attention. If it's not a credible threat, no resources are going to be spent. No charges are going to be done. So. Allie says, no Pokemon yet. Food more important than right now. No, I get it. We're talking about tonight the kids were over. They didn't come over last night. They came over tonight. And the missus had to tell them the other night. Said, yeah, your dad had the munchies at midnight. I said, no, that's not true. It's not true at all. I'd had the munchies for a good bit before midnight. Midnight, I got up and did something about it. So I went downstairs and I got myself a couple raspberry Pop-Tarts, put them in the toaster, did it for about a minute and a half. Not to get crispy, just to get nice and warm, and melted some butter on it. Put them on a little plate and grab a bag of Fritos. So I went upstairs with my Fritos and my raspberry Pop-Tarts and crawled back into bed. Laura says you can only stay in bed so long when you're hungry. Yeah, and I usually just try to suffer with it. But this one, I'm like, no, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get it. So I get up, crawl back into bed, and I eat my Pop-Tarts first because those are sweet. So I had my Pop-Tarts, and then I ate the Fritos afterwards. And she said, that's all you could hear. Because Fritos are loud, especially now. I'm watching TV, but Fritos can be loud. So I understand the snacking. Now, when I was in the Army, this was my favorite. Now I was a private. I was a young whippersnapper. My favorite breakfast to have. That's before the chow hall. So I'd get up, I'd have my breakfast, then go do PT, then come back for PT, then go to chow for breakfast. So my first breakfast, my favorite was I'd go down to the snack machine, and I'd get myself 2 bags of Doritos, 1 Three Musketeers bar, and a can of Pepsi. I'd go back to the room, and that's what I'd have. I'd have my 2 bags of Doritos, my Three Musketeers bar, and a can of Pepsi. And then I'd get my sweats on and go off to PT and do that. And so it was fine. Sweet and salty. Breakfast of champions, yeah. Then I'd come back, take a shower, get my uniform on, and then I'd go to the chow hall. And then I'd have, my, eggs and bacon and toast and everything. Allie says, I think I had the flu yesterday and I'm still recovering. However, Fritos sounds good about. Yeah, there's just something about them. I like chips too, that's fine. But Fritos, it's a hardiness. But, yeah, I was young. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of fun things when you're young. I had busted up my shins pretty good one day, and then I had to do a PT test the next day. Well, what it was, okay, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'm out and about. I was at the beach, and they had these stone walls at the beach. Now, I was young, so I like to flat foot, you flat foot, and then you just jump up, and then you land on whatever you're going to do. It's a pretty easy thing to do. Not so easy when you're doing it in sand. Because what happens when you jump in sand? Well, your feet fucking sink down about 3-4 inches. Well, that's what happened. So I ended up being low. And I hit the edge of that wall with my shins. I busted them up good. And I had a PT test the next day. Oh, that was fun. So, good thing about it was I had been limping pretty good, but you get in it's a 2-mile run. So you get about a quarter of a mile into the run, and my legs just numbed out from the knees down. I didn't feel any more pain. It's like, okay, this is good. So that was fine. Got a good run time. But I was hurting before the run, and I was hurting after the run. But again, about a quarter of a mile in, then I couldn't feel my lower legs, and that was good. Allie says Jim is playing his other favorite game, Horizon. Yeah, you'd mentioned that. The other day. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff when I was young. Full of piss and vinegar. Yeah, somebody might have seen the other day the guy got puffy on me on my page and said, basically that, he likes guys like me that get all, big and bad, but they never even served, and they didn't have the guts to serve. That's what I said. Didn't have the guts to serve. It's like, you have no idea who the hell you're talking about. Somebody want to educate this guy? No. Speaking of jack wagons, man, I have been hammered on Facebook. And most of them, not all of them, but most of them are these, they're troll pages. They got no profile pictures, or they got the stupid pictures and no content, no friends. Allie says the insanity is getting louder, it seems. It does. It is getting louder. It's getting me paid, but it's a lot of annoyance. Here's one thing that I'd mentioned to people, and there's more of us than there of them. They're making all the noise, but there's more of us than there are of them. Remember, we went through 2 years where they were burning down cities, and we made it through. Keep that shit in the cities. Don't try that shit in rural America. We ain't playing that fucking game. On that same note, on that post that I told people, remember, when you think that things are getting too bad and things are really getting out of control, remember what we've seen in the last, 5 to 10 years. Most of it's bullshit. Yeah, there's problems. There are problems in their own areas. Keep that shit in their areas. Then I get a couple jackwagons come in. Name one city that was burned to the ground. It's like, no, when you say they're burning down their cities, it doesn't mean they have to burn them to the ground. It means they're setting fires to their cities. It's not a building. They're setting fires to parts of their cities. The statement doesn't have to be, it's not incorrect because you said that they're burning down cities and not a single city actually totally burned down. It doesn't have to look like Hiroshima. But that's the games the left plays. They want to play fucking word games. Let them play word games. I just show them to the door. I worried about that for a while. I'm like, man, if I start keeping booting people out, I'm not going to get the traffic. No, I'm still getting traffic. I posted up on the back room. Most of you in here is in the back room, but you might not have seen it. Allie says comprehension is hard. Yeah, they didn't, and even more hard when they don't want to. They don't want to. The last Rollin' 28, I've got over 10 million views on Facebook. Over 10 million. In the last Rolling 28, I've had over 1 million interactions. That's 1/10, give or take. That's not bad. That's not bad. That gets you paid. That gets you paid. I'd mentioned that. I made another post. It's like, yeah, these idiots coming in, they think that they're fucking messing things up. No, I boot your ass. I don't fucking care. But thank you for posting first, because you helped me get paid. Some jackwagon comes in, goes, no one's paying you for 100 interactions. It's like, oh, you silly boy. He was posting on a post. That post that he posted on had like 95 interactions by the time he posted. The post had only been up 20 fucking minutes. But, like I told him, it's not just the 100 posts. It's not the 100 interactions. It's the cumulative effect of all of the content that I put out there. And there's content. I did a screenshot of one from the day before. It had tens of thousands of interactions. Another one, a few things down, 80,000 interactions. Excuse me, plus. It had like 79.5 thousand emojis. It had tens of thousands of comments on it, and it had probably close to between 8 and 11,000 shares. So yeah, you do that on a regular basis, you get paid. You're not worried about the post that only makes 25 views. You got to keep putting it. Just keep grinding. Like I said, there's people that have a page and there's people that run a page. I run a page. I'd rather do my long form articles. I just can't afford to put the time into it. So I do it every once in a while. Drag up some old ones that are still relevant. But yeah. And if I delete their comment, I still got credit for it because it counts the moment it was done. And it's a rolling 90 days. Each bit of content that you put out there on Facebook, if you're monetized, gets paid 90 days. That's it. Just it's got a 90-day window from the time you post it. After that 90 days, it doesn't matter how many people post on it. You're not getting paid for it. They only deal in 90 days. And we only get paid for every 30 days. And we get paid 2 months in the rear. So it's a fucked up system. But yeah, people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, number one, you're not monetized. You don't know how it works. Shut up. Shut up. But it is what it is. Been scouting out some more of the stuff. This next week I'm probably going to buy some stuff for the shop outside. I can't work in it really until the spring, but I can get things ready. I've got to start weeding out shit, reorganizing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my equipment and take it off of the bench. And I've got stuff up in shelves because I don't have enough space. And I'm going to put them in areas on rolling carts so I can be underneath. I can stack them and do underneath the workbench or in a cubby area, put it on the rolling cart, push the rolling cart back towards the wall. I got all that space. If I need the equipment, I pull that rolling cart out, take it out, use that, either put it outside on a table or on part of my bench that I've got open. I've got to make some new boards with dogs. Dogs are they're holes, and you put the pegs in it, and it helps you clamp shit in. But whatever. I got a section. I got 4 foot, just over 4 foot section of aisleway in my shop, and it ain't very deep. Gus has seen it. It's teeny. But what I can do is I can make one of those boards and I can set it on top between them and gain another 2 feet of work space. And when I don't need that with all the dogs, I can lift it up and I can tuck it away because it's narrow. So everything I'm doing is modular. Everything I do is modular. So I can use what I use. I'm also getting a new tool chest that I can put in there. These are investments I got to do. I got to get things squared away. Peggy says, where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah. So it's going to be a really cool, I've been doing a lot of research and trying to figure things out and do space optimization. I'll have a complete vacuum system in there with a dust separator and the whole 9 yards. But it's small. The whole thing, and it's storage and my equipment and workbench. It's freaking 10 by 8. If maybe a little bit bigger than that. That's it. That's the whole workshop. So I've got to put stuff up in the rafters so I can get rid of the stuff that's down below. I got to throw shit in the dump. And it's going to be a completely micro workshop. That, like I said on my other show, come spring, I can do stuff outside. So I can bring the stuff, I can wheel some of the stuff out and set up stands outside and do more work. Like the table saw. I got no room for a table saw in there. So I just get one of those folding things. Whatever. It's nice. And that'll be tucked away when I'm not using it. And then I bring it out and set it up outside. Plug the vacuum in. The vacuum's got the dust separator thingy on the top. I don't know if you've seen those. It's a cyclonic system that sits on top of a 5-gallon bucket so that it doesn't clog up your vacuum cleaner. So ideally, what happens is it sucks it in from the top and goes out to your equipment. It sucks it in, and then it cyclonically separates. So the air goes through, but all your particles and stuff drops into the bucket below. So your filters last longer. And for every 5 gallons worth of debris that you get rid of, there should be nothing in your actual shop vac. It's a pretty cool system. And I told the missus, I'm going to hoses on. And I'm thinking, I don't need to put fucking hoses. The shop is so small. I just pull the shop vac out and just plug it into whatever machine that I'm working on. Got a really cool wood vise idea that I'm just going to need 2 F clamps and then some strips. It's pretty cool. And it'll go on the end of my workbench closest to the door. I'm thinking small because none of the stuff I'm going to do is very big. I'm doing boxes and coat hangers, and hat hangers and coasters and, of course, glasses and mugs and all sorts of goodies like that. Small shit, charcuterie boards, all small stuff, lamps, stuff I can put in a box and ship. Peggy says, that's awesome. My workshop in my basement is only 10 by 10, but made it work. Yeah, you got to figure out what your space is, what you have, what you need. Let's see here. Allie says, so when will your Cowboy online shop be up? I don't know. I want it up by the end of this month. I don't think it's going to happen. My laser engraver isn't even come in yet. I contacted them Friday and said, where the fuck is it? So I got to contact them this week. So I'm behind schedule. I've been working on my e-commerce site. What a pain in the ass that is. It'll be easy once it's easy once it's up. Now I just add products, but getting it up is going to be a pain. What I'm probably going to end up doing first is we'll be running off of my the Whiskey Cowboy shop on Facebook and just have it up there and say, send me a damn PM with what you'd like. I'll calculate the shipping for it, and I will email you an invoice. And when you get the email, you just follow the link and you just pay it. You can use a credit card, PayPal, whatever the fuck you want. That's old school. It'll get me by. But my main thing too is I've got to work on the equipment. I gotta dial in what's going to work and then start making the products and getting stuff and then ready to ship. I'm a week behind schedule because I don't have it. I was expecting to get it. They had sent me a notification that one of the boxes was shipped. It was my honeycomb floor, but not the machine. And I got that last week. It's like I was expecting. If I had gotten it last week, I'd have been I got a bunch of blank stuff that I'm willing to throw away to test it out and make sure everything's dialed in. Hey, Kay, welcome to the show. But yeah, I need to do all that stuff and then start making the actual product and getting it shipped out there. Now, Allie, did you see some of the designs? You get the feel of the general, if it's going to be themed, what it's going to look like. Okay, good. But yeah, I've been busting my ass here, trying to get things ready for the shop outside. Again, I'm not going to be able to produce stuff until the spring because I need the table saw. I don't have a table saw. There's other things I need. I don't have a, Ali says, looks really good. Thank you. I don't have a router table. I'll eventually get one of those. I got a hand router so I can start doing stuff, but I don't have a router table. Don't have a table saw. Table saw is one of the first things I'm going to get. I don't have a joiner and a planer. Those are on the list. Probably a planer before a joiner. Because that allows, if you have a planer, you can get your straight edges with it and with a good table saw setup. So that's not a problem. So probably the planer. Planer, router. The actual routing table. Super critical for a lot of the projects that I want to do. Now, I can get away with some of the stuff. I'm going to do some of the stuff with what I've got and then work other products in as I get the tools to do it. So you'll get things like napkin holders and coasters and cups, mugs, and travel mugs and wall art. It's basically, the store is going to be home, bar, and office. So what you can think, home, bar, and office, that'll go in it. So I got some really cool ideas for products. It is one-off products, unique, or limited runs. Even the stuff that I keep cranking out is going to be a limited run compared to any other. It's not mass-produced. And it's all done in-house. No, I don't make the whiskey glasses and stuff like that, but I'm the one that etches them, and I do all that. I want to get flasks. I mean, you name it. Another thing I added to it, I want to do those, they're called marble towel hangers. Or an Amish marble hanger. Tea towel hangers is what they call them in England. It's got two parts at sandwich with a wedge in it. It's got a marble in between, and then you pull your towel up underneath it and then let it go and the towel gets held. If you're familiar with those, I'm going to be making those. I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. Because I can ship it. And I can do various different types of designs. They come in a wide range. And I looked at what's being sold on Etsy and other places, and a lot of they're just pieces of shit. There's stuff that you'd see this at a flea market or craft fair, and it looks like crap, and they didn't put any time into it. And they're selling for decent money. My shit's going to look good. Key holders, you know, those little box thingies that have the hooks for your keys. Like we got one. We got 3 key hooks, and then it's got the letter holders on the top. All that kind of shit. Yeah, you stop and think, well, if it's for the home, bar, or office, and it can fit in a standard size box, yeah. And tons of boxes. I want to make a lot of boxes. I think boxes are cool. So I'll be making boxes. Keychains, boxes. Goodness gracious. So yeah, I was hoping the end of the January. Don't see it happening. Definitely by mid-month. As long as I get the dang machine in, I should be able to have some products out for sale by mid of next month. But I need the laser. I need it. You know what's even more annoying about it? I think it's getting hot in the studio. There we go. I keep getting spam from the company that I bought the damn laser from. Hey, get in on these year-end deals and get this, and it's past the year-end, but, hey, start your business with, it's like, I've already bought your shit. Just ship it to me. Just ship it to me. Yeah, it's not doing much anything. Here we go. There we go. A little bit of air now. Just ship it to me. But yeah, and I'll be working on the workshop outside. It's teeny. It is teeny. I've got like a U-shaped, well, more like a J-shaped. That one side's a little bit longer than the other. Workbench. That's it. Couple feet wide, deep. Allie says they want you to buy more of their shit. Well, I'd be more than happy to, but this cost a pretty penny, and I ain't used it yet. So, yeah, it's the bots. It's all computers. They got your information. They ship it out and send it to you. And probably tomorrow, I'll be setting up my external mailbox. Which again, yeah, you think with the shit that's going online, I'm going to put my home address? You're fucking insane. This isn't 1990. No, you get my UPS store address. I would use U.S. Post Office, but you know what? They don't accept FedEx and UPS and the rest like that. You can't ship there. So I was like, oh, well. Oh, well. I can ship it at the UPS store. Yeah. As long as it comes in, if the shipment comes in after hours, they just come and deliver it the next day. And they send me an email. Hey, John, you got some goodies here. Okay. I'll come and pick them up. It's only a 25-minute drive in, something like that. 25 minutes to half an hour, depending on traffic. I'll come and pick it up. Drive into the Capitol. I'll do that. I will do that. But yeah, things have been on fire on Facebook. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo. Gus says parking sucks. Yeah, well, not really. Not really, because this isn't. It's on North Main Street, but it's part of a strip mall, so they got parking. Yeah, downtown Concord's a pain in the ass. When I go to downtown Concord and I need to travel, I park down on, is it Hall Street? That one level down, where they had like, I don't know, Macy's or whatever the hell that store is. And they had the liquor store down there. And they put the new Verizon, the Xfinity store they actually built it in the damn parking lot. Down there, is that Hall Street? They got Shaw's down there. Shaw's? Market Basket. They got Market Basket down there. I park down there. And then I walk up a block. I don't try to, because it's free parking down there. You don't have to deal with traffic. You just it's getting more packed down there, but there's usually a parking spot. And get out and just walk up a block onto the main street, and that's fine. But yeah, the UPS store they're part of a strip mall, so they've got their own parking lot. Gus says, I hate going in there. It's always so busy. No, not Hall Street. It's not Hall Street? I thought it was Hall Street. What was it? What's the name of that street down there? I'm going to find out real quick. I'll find out what it's called. I thought it was Hall Street. Let's go here. Concord, New Hampshire. There we go. Storrs Street. There you go. Storrs Street. You're right. He got me as I'm pulling up freaking Storrs Street. Yeah, good on you, Gus. Storrs Street. Yeah, they got like they got a bank there, and they got the bus stop, and then the overhead walk through to the other car parking. I don't park there. I park down by the Macy's or whatever the hell that store is. What the hell is that store they got there? I'm going to go in here. We're going to find out what that store is. That's usually where I park, is right next to that store, right in front of that store. Okay, let's see here what we got here. The Hotel Concord. Yeah, here we go. It's right there. What is this store? Yeah, it's Storrs Street. Let's pull this up for y'all. Internet on. Oh, you son of a mother. Well, we're going to fix that. Watch this. We're going to fix that. No, that's not right. Internet on. Let's see here. Where's the internet? Too far for me to walk. It's only one freaking block up. Oh, maybe it's this one. I'll bet you this is this one. It's renamed. It's renamed. This layer's renamed. There we go. There we go. Hey, there it is. Y'all see that now? There it is. Okay, so it's right. Marshall's. I called it Macy's. It began with an M. Began with an M. Yeah, see, this is Marshall's. And I usually park right over here. See my arrow there? I usually park right in here. And then see, then it's one block up. This is Main Street right here. This is Main Street. It's just a little bit of a hill here. It's one block. So I come up here, and I either come up here to Depot Street or I drop up here. You can go even further. See, this is the parking garage, and this is above. But if you come on up here, come up underneath it, and then you come up the stairs. You come up the stairs here, and it's a nice little Eagle Square. That's a nice little area. And you come on up in here, and that's the Capitol building right here. Capitol building. But the UPS store is right. Let's come on down here. See, it's way down here. Way down here. Where are you? Should be right here. See, UPS store right there. And see, they've got, see, zoom in here. See, they got, I come up this way, and I pull in here, and I go, spin the back end of the truck around. Just spin it right out there. And then come on in here, and then park in one of these spots here. But yeah, it's the UPS stores right here. It's like the next to last store in here. And my son works on this street. He's a barber. He's got a barber shop up in here. Let's see here. Where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? Oh, where the hell is it? I can't find it. It's over here someplace. It's called North Main Barber. They got their thing is a lion. It's the mane. You know, that's it's funny. But yeah. Hey, I haven't brought up Google in a while. That was pretty cool. I haven't brought up Google Maps in a while. Too far to walk? Jesus, you don't have to pay anything, Gus. You just go on out. It's a block. It's a block away. It's a block away. Don't have to fight traffic. Nothing. But yeah, parking on Main Street, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. How are you and Sally doing? He says, not me. Gosh, you're going to get one of those mobility scooters. You're going to soup it up like Tim Allen. You're going to drag race down Main Street in Concord. You got a truck? Yeah. Get a ramp on that thing. Oh, gosh. May need you sooner than you think. You're doing good, Gus. You're fine. Motion is lotion. Motion is lotion. You get out there. You get out there. Have to go over to Gus's and take him for a walk. Gus, we're going for a fucking walk. He goes, okay. he gets two skateboards and he puts a seat in between them. And then he just ties a rope around my waist and says, get going, Gus. Or Gus. No, you're Gus. John, I'm tired. I'm tired. Dealing with knuckleheads will do that. Mm-hmm. Yep. So what else is it? How are you and Sally doing? You getting over your bug? He says, I have set in motion a bunch of doctor's appointments to see why I have so many issues with my hips. Yeah, you could be arthritis. My left hip's gone. Excuse me. It's gone. Sucks being in pain. It does. Wears on you. Oh, you already had 2 replaced. Yeah, they should be doing better then. Should be better then. Yeah, they need to sort that out. Sort that out. That ain't good. That ain't right. Allie, you still there? Peg, you still there? Where the hell's Judy? Where's Judy? Did she jump in and I didn't see her? Allie says yes. Jim playing his Horizon. Horizon. Do you like my... Gus says she is here. Oh, Judy is... There you go. It's been here all night. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Peggy says, someone here tried to steal a scooter from Walmart. Took it off down the highway. Didn't get... I wouldn't think so. I don't think they'd get too far. He's going to make breakfast for dinner now. No, that's good. That's good. I thought about doing some French toast. I did omelets for the missus the other day. Like, oh, I thought about maybe do some French toast. I like firing up the griddle. I like firing it up. Laurel says, "Well, Peggy, those are seldom charged." Right, like I say, ain't gonna go far fully charged, not very fast, but they're usually on dregs. Oh, do you like my retard thing? I put it in the back room, and people all pissed off about. I'll say it. I'll say it here because I don't care. I'm not monetized on YouTube. Oh, you didn't like my use of the word retard? Nigger, please. I know you probably heard my voice in your head when you read that. Now you heard it. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, I don't, this word policing shit. Look, I don't care. Call me what you want to call me. Do what I don't care. Call other people what you want to call them. I don't care. What I care about is the blatant double standards. Every other group out there can use any slur that they want to for themselves or anybody else, and it doesn't fucking matter. Context doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Whites, you got to shut the fuck up. You can't do or say anything. Well, no, I ain't playing that game. I'm not playing that game. And people want to come in like I say, retard. I don't use retard very often. I use it when it's required, and I know it's gonna cause a stir, especially on Facebook. There's some people they just can't. Oh, he said the R word. I gotta say something about it. No, just move on. And then they try to send me direct messages to educate me on. It's like, dude, I'm not a retard. I know exactly. I know about mentally retarded people and the mentally disabled and the, special needs. I hate special needs. I hate that. Allie says a late-time comedian Ralph May says the same thing. Oh yeah, it does. I don't know who that is. It just struck me as funny. It's like, so I don't care. My son-in-law is black. And he about fucking lost it the day he was sitting down at my dining room table and I said nigger. It's like, he's like, wow. He didn't say anything, but his face was like, wow. And I looked at him and I said, did I use the word incorrectly? It's like, no. It's like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Look, I'll be the first to. I'll say street rat, trailer park trash, redneck, hillbilly, hick. I don't say cracker because it's just like, nah, that's just fucking stupid. But all the other ones, they have an actual. When you say redneck, you know what it is. When you say hick and hillbilly, a hillbilly and a redneck aren't the same. They're not the same. And they're all white. I mean, I could keep going on. And as soon as you say the words, you know exactly what somebody's trailer park trash. An image. You know damn well when I said an image popped into your head, you knew exactly what I was talking about. Exactly. Street rat. You knew exactly what I was talking about. So I don't play these games. Oh, you can use any sort of descriptive and nickname or slur for anybody else in the world if you're not white. And if you're white, the only ones you can use is about white people, and that's it. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all. It doesn't work that way. There are stereotypes for a reason. Right, there are. I've been called something quite a bit in the last handful of days. Bootlicker. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine somebody calling me bootlicker? Gus says, wow, YouTube just blocked what I typed. Yeah, it didn't even pop up and then get deleted. I never even saw it, Gus. Yeah, bootlicker. The Cowboy is a bootlicker. Like, oh, Jesus, you have no freaking idea. None. Laurel says you can say it, but it won't let you write it. Yeah. Money. Gosh, yep, YouTube is going to... right now. Money. I don't know what money is. I don't monkey. How about this? You can call your kids monkeys all you want unless they're black. Why? Black people call their little kids monkeys. Who the fucking cares? We all call our kids fucking monkeys. Crazy. I'm just tired of the double standards. Again, I don't care if they're racist. I really don't. I've said this time and again. People need to stop worrying about if somebody is racist or not. Worry about what they're doing. Change the letters in the word. Yeah. It's like, I don't care. If you're racist towards me, I don't care. What I care about is how do you treat me to my face? Because what you say and do behind my back doesn't affect me. I don't care. Just be, coffee. Just be polite. Be polite and civil to people. I don't give a shit what you think about them. You're never going to get rid of race. Never. Torch sounds familiar. Oh, porch monkey. Yeah. Yeah, and then remember, how about sand diggers? But it ain't diggers. You can't say that. That's Arabs, by the way. People in the Middle East. Sand diggers. Camel jockeys. Who the fuck cares? I remember we've done shows where we've gone down and we've just listed the slurs. Who the fuck cares? They don't have any power. Stop it. Like Asians, there's like chink, gook, slant. You know, there's 50 billion of them. Half the time people use them wrong anyways. You know? So, and you got mix and spics and wops and who the fuck cares? You can say it, but we can't type it. Right. And like I said, YouTube would demonetize this video already. But I'm not monetized. I'm here for you. I don't make money off of YouTube. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you. I don't need this shit. I did 8 months. It didn't. My life went on because I was working. I just didn't have time. I'm here for you. I enjoy being with you. But yeah, I'm not here to make money. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to do the show for y'all. Give y'all a place to sit and yak and bitch, piss, and moan. Laugh. Laugh. But yeah, laugh. People don't laugh enough. Find some ways to get all fucking antagonized and just upset and outraged. It's like, no, stop it. Stop it. So yeah, so I don't give a shit. Okay, someone calls me a cracker or fucking, I don't know. I don't get called that many names. Well, bootlicker was the bootlicker. It's like that just makes me laugh. It's like you have absolutely no. Like number one, you got that off of one fucking post that I wrote, man. And a post. You read my post. I'm careful in the way I word things. I'm careful in the way I word them. And people still don't get it. They come in straw man arguments and shit. It's like, you know that I didn't say that. Like the whole thing about slavery and shit like that. And people coming in, oh, you're trying to excuse it and you're saying minimize. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm just saying how the West treats slavery and the issue of slavery is not equal to how it has happened in history. It's that simple. Gus says, I rarely saw you or talked to you when you were working. Way easier now. Yeah, because you just come here. Yeah, I mean, Gus and I would talk every once in a while on the phone, but yeah, most of the time we didn't talk when I was working. Allie says, I wish there was another YouTube type of place that doesn't censor us. There is. There is. The hell is it? I think it begins with an R. Rumble. Rumble. I can set this up on Rumble. Here's the problem. Nobody used Rumble. And Rumble's back end to get the show going is a pain in the ass. If you talk to, there's folks that do the shows and they do them live on multiple platforms and they'll tell you Rumble's a pain in the ass. But it's like YouTube. And I used to mirror most all of my content on both YouTube and Rumble just never took off. Nobody ever saw it. But they say the same thing. Oh, I wish there was another place like Facebook. Yeah, there is. It's and it's almost exactly like Facebook. What the hell is it? It's and I'm still paying $2 a month to have a special page over there. I forget what it is, but it's just like Facebook. It's exactly, pretty much. It's a mirror to face. Didn't get any traction over there. I only had like 250 followers over there. I can't make money and it's not worth my time mirroring my content for 250. Then I had another place that I was nooning on, 19 people. Because they're like, I started mirroring back years ago when Facebook was censoring me. And they're like, yeah, put it on here. Yeah, you get people over there. They didn't. So why I'm on Facebook? Because Facebook is where the people are. You got to deal with it. Why am I on YouTube? Well, because Facebook kept shutting my live stream down. And it's easier to use than Rumble. And everybody was already here. Most everybody knew YouTube. So those are the here you go. I could do it on what the hell is it? Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's a combination between Zoom and YouTube. Discord. I got a Discord channel. Nobody uses Discord. Yes, there are huge Discord groups out there and users. None of the people that follow my content, they don't use Discord. Again, so I have to use what's being used. Never heard of Discord? Yeah, it's got it's sort of like this, but I believe it's just audio. So it's like it's a cross between this and Zoom Room, but it's audio and stuff like it's Discord is huge, but it's a different demographic, right? Ali says Jim says Discord is about gamers now. Yeah, gamers love Discord. Twitch and Discord. See, I could do this on Twitch too. My users don't use Twitch. It's like, again, everybody's like, oh, and do this, and I've tried other places. It doesn't work, and it's not worth me doing to reach a couple people, because this is where people are. Hell, Allie, you and Jim are here, right? There you go. There you go. But I have to use the tools that are available to me in the ways that I can use them. And it takes time. I'm slugging it out on Facebook. Jesus. Slugging it out. Allie says we are old, and well, some of us are too old school to change. Right. And that's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. You use Facebook and YouTube. Those are the two main platforms that people over the age of 40 are using. And most of my audience is 50 to 90. Peggy says, unfortunately, people don't have a lot of time to chase down different places and choose. Right. And because everything's there. Problems and all, everything's there. Allie says, I remember when Facebook was all farmland. Farmland? I don't get the reference. I don't get the reference. Farmland? How's about this? AOL. We used to have AOL Messenger groups. Boy, that was back in the day. That was in the 14, when you had 14, was it 14.5 or some shit like that? You were blazing. Then 28.2 or some shit like that. Dial up. Allie says it was a huge game. You could tend a farm. Oh, I know. Farmland. It's the game. Yeah, I know Farmland. Facebook was all Farmland. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's like Empires. But it's all farm. Judy says, I used to love the game rooms on AOL. It was fun. Allie says, yes, in the beginning. Yeah, we just had like, they're just chat rooms. It basically looked like the chat that you guys are doing on the side here, and everybody was chatting. And remember, you could play audio files. So you do like farm animals, or you do like, you can leave your hat on, and there's all sorts of, you just play audio files. Peggy says farmland was huge back in the day. Yeah, I didn't get into games like that. I'm not a big gamer. I'm not a gamer. Here's a few games I played. Mutant League Football, that was good. I had a Sega Genesis. Boy, that was good. That had some good games. That was high tech back in the day. Mutant League Football. I had a pirate one that I played. Used to play that a lot. Judy says I played backgammon. I've never played backgammon. I've never played backgammon. I bet you I could make a backgammon game. Yeah. Good idea, Judy. Good idea. Thank you. Backgammon. I could do that. Allie says, Jim said the games on Facebook were Farmtown and Farmville. Farmville. Yeah. They were memes joking about these games. Yeah. Farmville. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't play those. We just had the chat rooms and talk shit. Judy says, I would buy that. Yeah, I'm sure you would. I just figure it out and do my own theme. And yeah, I just have to figure out how to do it. I could also do inlays and stuff like that. One thing at a time. The products will get more complex the more I learn the equipment. Yes, sir. I thought about, here's another thing, guitar picks. But the problem is the amount of time that goes into making them, you can't make any money. You can make money if you do them in mass, but then you've got to get it set up with, there's a bunch of other shit. No, it just, no. So if I make picks, and I don't find myself using a pick very often. I got picks, and I got my favorite. The Dunlop 1.14. Is my favorite. It's the something like the Mega Grip or some shit like that. I posted about it. Lets me feel the strings. If I can't feel the strings, I get fucked up. It's not my favorite sound. It's my favorite. It's the one I get the best sound for the best feel of the string. If I can't feel the string, I can't. I like my jazz picks, the sound better. They're thicker, smaller, harder, and I roll them off the string. Makes a nice sound, but I can't feel the string, so I fuck up more. Use my thumb, use my fingers. I'm good to go. I got other games I want to do. Connect 4. Want to do Connect 4. But you do it instead of dropping them down, you put them on over dowels. There's a bunch of shit. I got a bunch of stuff lined up for y'all. A bunch of stuff. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Gus says whiskey cowboy drumsticks. Yeah, they come in odd shapes. The ends are a little bit frazzled because I break them over my knee to the proper length. There you go. Scrabble would be a good one. Yeah, that's... Yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. To make each of those tiles. A lot of work. Board, a lot of work. No, I'm not going to do Scrabble. Not going to do Scrabble. What I could do is I could make dominoes. See, I could do dominoes. Good idea. I think I might do some dominoes. I could do that. Have a nice theme on the back. And then the dots on the other side. I could do that. Judy says dominoes would be great. Yeah, and doable. Scrabble? No. 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 But, keychains, kitchen magnets. I want to make them because everybody loves kitchen magnets. Everybody loves kitchen magnets. Yep. So, yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, there's people on Etsy doing most of this stuff. I'm not going to compete with them. You want my shit because it's my shit. And it's probably going to be better than theirs anyways. And believe it or not, a lot of those people are pulling from the same supplies from each other anyways. They're just reselling other people's shit. I've been looking into stuff. And it's like, oh, that's why. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's where they buy it. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we'll get it sorted out. I want to be special. Special. Allie said, never learned to play the actual game of dominoes. I can remember, however, I loved setting them up and phone. Yeah, dominoes. Yeah, I like doing that too, but dominoes is really easy. It's really easy. It's, you gotta connect them. It's points, but you gotta connect lights. And there's a strategy to it. Yep. Yeah, I could do dominoes. I can do that. Shoot the Moon and regular dominoes. I grew up playing those. I don't know what Shoot the Moon is. I got spades. Spades and hearts. Very closely the same game. Not the same game, but really close together. I played hearts before I joined the Army. Hearts was the game. But being I played hearts, spades was easy to pick up. Spades was king in the Army when I was in. That's what you played. Yep. Spades. Team game. But yeah. We like to play rummy. Nothing fancy, rummy 500. Pretty simple shit. And then you have what? You have Uno and Skip Bow. Those are pretty close to the same. Uno and Skip Bow. Judy said we played spades and pinochle. Yeah, I've never played pinochle. What's that game? Is pinochle the one where you have the board and you move them up? What's that thing? And you got the little pegs. The hell the game is that? You got the pegs, and you move them damn things up. My mother used to play that. Cribbage. I never played cribbage. Never got couldn't figure it out. I probably could. I just never was interested in it. Never played cribbage. I could probably do a cribbage board. Yeah, Peggy says cribbage. Yeah. Judy says don't know that one. Cribbage? Yeah. Yeah, you got a board and it's about this wide. Well, they can be whatever. Usually about this wide and about that long. And it's got a racetrack, a double, I think it's a double racetrack. And you get these little pegs and you got to move the pegs somehow when you're playing. I have no idea. It seemed too complicated to me. Oh man, got something in my eye. It feels like a finger. Allie said, Judy, Jim said he played Shoot the Moon but are referring to the card game or the other game. She says dominoes. Dominoes shoot the moon. You know, I'd thought about poker chips, too. I could make poker chips. Nope, this is done. Go to my Orca mug now. But I'd have to figure out exactly how I want to do it. Pinochle is an old people's game. Yes, it is. I don't know how to play that, but I think the missus tried to teach me Pinochle some time ago. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm not saying she's an old person. She's not. She's a young gal. Poker. I love 5-card draw. Allie says, Judy, okay. Jim played these older games as a kid and teenager. Yeah. But yeah, poker's good. I got a bunch of poker chips. They're the cheap ones. They're the plastic ones, red, orange, and blue. White, red, orange, blue. I think those are the colors. Red, white, orange, blue. I think that's what it is. 4 colors, right? Red, white, orange, blue. And they're really thin and they're plastic and they stack together. They got the little grooves. Now, do casino poker chips have grooves that fit into each other? I don't think they do they? I think they're just smooth. I mean, they got designs on them, but they don't lock into place, do they? Gus says, never been. Been to a casino? Yeah, but you got to... Let's see here. Let's find out. Do casino poker chips lock together? Judy says, I played some in Vegas, but I lost consistency, so I don't know. Because I could get like a Hoyt. I can buy Hoyts, get Hoyt cards, and then have casino chips. Trying to see. I don't think that they do. I don't think that they lock together. I think they're just flat. Okay, they're stacking up. Hold on here. I'll get your question in a second. I don't know if they're locked in. I'll have to research that, because if not, I can do those. Judy says, I'm pretty sure they're smooth. I thought they were smooth too, and I'm looking at here, they got numbers. So white, red, blue, and black is this thing, and they've got the numbers on them: 1, 5, 10, 100, 50. So see, I can do that. Okay, My son God damn, I can't even read that. Tyrion, Triton. Can you spell that, leaving some spaces in between the letters for me? Just asked, what is New Hampshire like? Wow, New Hampshire, white people. Yeah, New Hampshire is white. I think the last time they came down, they said it was per capita the whitest state in the United States. Per capita. But I could be wrong. You get into the bigger cities, the urban areas, you see more black people. But yeah, it's pretty white overall. Concord, the state capital, is little Mogadishu. It's got Africans out the wazoo, but whatever. But let's forget about demographics. What's New Hampshire like? You guys are in Idaho, right? Idaho. It ain't Idaho. It's more like New Hampshire is like the Catskills or the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm trying to think of the area that's down by, it's Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma. God, what the hell's that place called? I always forget it. Let's see here. Gus's Mountain, Oceanall, wood driving. Yeah, it's Tyron. Did I spell that right? Did I say that? Tyron. If you've seen Game of Thrones, no. The midget in the show. Oh, yeah, but yeah. Tyron? No, she says no. I'm going to get this. What's the Game of Thrones little guy? Let's see here. Let's see here. It's Tyrons. I don't know. Are they going to say his name? I don't know how to. I don't watch the show, so.
The feast a bit early, and this is the first of many courses.
They'll pick you for a hunter.
The greatest in the land. My spear never misses.
I don't say his name.
Never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you.
What the hell do you know about being a bastard?
All dwarves are bastards in their father's eyes.
Why'd you read so much?
Well, my brother has his sword, and I have my mind. And a mind needs books like a sword needs a whetstone. You must shape the horse to the rider. Start with a yearling and teach it to respond to the reins and to the boy's voice.
Is this some kind of...
It's not going to say his name. Can you spell it phonetically? You said that I didn't spell it right. But okay, back to New Hampshire. Green. Green. Super green. Very hilly. The south from... The bottom third of the state is rolling hills. So I say it's the flatter part of the state. But it's rolling hills. You still got some good hills. You get about a third of the way up, and you start to get to lakes regions. Absolutely beautiful. And you have the White Mountains. And you get the White Mountains have the Presidential Mountain Range and Mount Washington itself. Those are mountains. Now, they ain't like the Rocky Mountains. They ain't that tall. But they're way older. They're way older. And Mount Washington has the recorded, it's one of the windiest places in the world. Tyrion. Did I say that right? Tyrion. Tyrion. There we go. Tyrion. See, Allie, you got to forgive me. You ain't old school. We did a we did a show, and we did Florida, and we were looking because somebody was from Florida. So we went and I fucked up almost every town name they had. It was like, oh my God, I can screw up. I can screw up a name. What do we got going on here? Okay. Okay. It was a funny show. Well, Game of Thrones, hold on. I just got a notice back from the company that I bought the laser. We're truly sorry that you only received part of your order. Due to the Christmas and New Year promotion, we've received an overwhelming number of new orders. No shit. Which has temporarily affected our inventory available. The next shipment of stock is expected to arrive at our warehouse within this week. So as soon as it arrives, we will promptly ship the remaining items and send you an email with the tracking number. Blah, 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 blah. Sure, you're pacing. Okay. So there you go. Excuse me. Thank you, Chloe. So that's that. Okay. So New Hampshire. As Gus said, Allie says I'm old school compared to all the youngins. I work with my kids. I was raised by boomers. Okay, so New Hampshire. It is the most constitutionally oriented state, one of the in the United States. There's Alaska and a couple others that are on par. It is more conservative in legislation than most conservative states, like Florida, Texas, stuff like that. They can't compare to New Hampshire. New Hampshire's got open carry and constitutional carry. Has for quite some time. In the state of New Hampshire, if you are a legal gun owner that is allowed to carry a firearm, you can do so in a public school. We don't have school shootings. New Hampshire also has no gun or no knife laws. None. Switchblades, perfectly legal, always have been. If it's got a blade, you can carry it. Sword, don't care. You're going to be asked if you're carrying around a ninja sword or something like that. People are going to ask. People don't do that. But yeah, you can carry a Bowie. You can carry whatever. Doesn't matter. We don't have knife laws. You can go into all the state buildings armed. You can go into the state house armed. Open carrying. You can't attend a meeting open carrying, though, which is kind of weird. Allie says, I'm moving to New Hampshire. And I know this because I've attended meetings. So when in session, you can carry, you just have to have it under your jacket. It's got to be concealed. Gus says, our motto is live free or die. Yes, it is. Now, again, I'm not from New Hampshire. The missus is from New Hampshire. But I've lived here and raised most of my kids here. I said our youngest is 25 and our oldest is 42, 43. And we raised most of the kids here. I've been living up here. We've been living since probably almost 30 years now. Four seasons, 4 decent seasons. Summer ain't too hot, but it gets hot. Winter ain't too cold, it gets cold. We have cold spells. It gets snowy. Used to get more snow than we get now. Have a decent fall, and you have a spring. You got 4 seasons. I love that. We've got the shortest coastline in the Northeast of the states. But from anywhere in the state, you can get to the coast within an hour or two. Usually. So you get the mountains, you got the ocean, you got 4 seasons, green, green, green. Lots of twisty roads if you like to drive. Not like, oh, I like to drive 500. No, to drive. I don't consider driving 150 miles an hour in a straight line driving. That's not driving. That's holding on. Driving is, can you take the twisties? Now, if you like to drive the twisties, the Cowboy likes to drive the twisties. It is absolutely wonderful. We love getting out. We get it out at least once a week. We drive the back roads. We just love it. A little bit closed society. People are friendly enough, but they ain't friendly. People in New Hampshire think they're friendly. No. If you moved up from down south or some other places, no. It's still New England. You ain't that friendly. But good people, when you get in, you're in. You're in. Gus says it can be 100 in the summer, very humid, and negative 40 in the winter. Can, but those are extremes. Normally, it's doable. You got no animals that want to kill you, except for ticks, and they don't want to kill you, but they will. Ticks is about the worst thing you got here. We got bears, but I call them dogs. They'd rather be someplace else. I can't remember the last time somebody was killed by a bear. We got moose, but again, moose are big and they're dumb and they're blind, so they don't usually give you that many problems. Moose are more of a danger than bears are, but they're not that big of a problem. They got venomous snakes here too, but they're not a problem either. The chances of you ever running across one is slim to none. So again, there's nothing here that's going to kill you. You know, when you're out west, you're in the Continental Divide. You want to carry a 10 mil or above when you're out walking in the wildlife. Here, humans, that's it. And we're like the 1 and 2 safest states in the country year after year after year. So unless you're down in the bad parts of the cities, and I've been in the bad parts, I don't have any problems with that. But again, I'm the Cowboy. Gus says that's why I love it so much. Yeah. If you like canoeing, plenty of places to canoe. If you like boating, plenty of places to go boating. You like hiking, you can do it. Allie says, my son said thank you, and New Hampshire sounds awesome. It is. It's a great state. It's a great state. It's very populated. It's not like some places out where you guys are. It's very populated. But because it's so green and because it's so hilly, that you can drive around and we drive around all day and we see empty houses. We don't see much anything. And you get on the back roads, you may not see any houses at all. But within a short amount of time, you're not driving 5 hours to get someplace where you have a store. No, everything is close. We're also a controlled state when it comes to alcohol, which means that hard liquor is all sold at the state stores. But there's 50 billion state stores, and they're always putting in a new one. And out of all of the stores, all of the controlled states in the United States, New Hampshire has the best liquor selection. New Hampshire likes its liquor so much, so much, that they got it on the fucking highways. You come flying in from another state, I'd say within 5 miles, you're gonna see the liquor store. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. They build them. That's only part of them, and they got them everywhere. But they like to build them between the highways, so it's like a mini shopping mall. So you've got a huge liquor store, and then you got like a couple small restaurants and boutique craft shops and stuff like that. It's just wild. Gus says they're like Dollar General stores. Yeah. I don't know whether I think we've got a few more Dollar Generals than state liquor stores, but we got a lot of them. They got one there at the Epsom traffic circle. That was a good move for them to put in there. They got one down there at in Pembroke. It's officially Pembroke, but it's on the Concord line. They're freaking everywhere. They are everywhere. And their website is really great because if you're looking for a particular bottle, they'll tell you how many of the bottle that they have in every single store. So you go, okay, if I got to drive 45 minutes or 2 hours, I can at least get it because you know where it's at. They let you know everything they got. So there's that. They've just gotten rid of inspections, so we don't have to inspect our vehicles anymore. I don't mind vehicle inspections. I really don't. I minded that they were too stringent. That was their downfall. But they did away with that this year, so come now. Come now, you don't need to inspect it. So the Mrs.'s SUV, she was inspected this last spring. She won't have to do it again this spring. Zippy's fine, though. Doesn't have any problems. We just put 4 new tires on it. The end of the month? Okay, at the end of this month. So I'm good. I got mine in this last year. It's the last inspection sticker she's going to have on it. And my truck's in good shape, so I'm not worried about that. And I know when to have shit looked after. Too many people don't know, but whatever. I don't care. Your shit breakdown, that's on you. What else? No helmet laws. I advise people wear helmets, but no helmet law. What else we got here? There is a law that if you are under 16, I think it is, you got to wear a bike helmet. Not enforced. I've never seen it enforced. Gus says we are not required to have insurance. Yes and no. Okay. If you are, there is no, right, no seatbelt law unless you're under 18, and you got to wear a seatbelt. So adults, no seatbelt law. I always recommend wear a seatbelt. Insurance, that's a yes or a no. There is no state requirement to have insurance. There is, however, a requirement to have insurance if you're still paying on your vehicle. But that comes from the financing company. They require that. So that's why I say, because people it's like, oh, I just bought a car. Oh, you're making payments. I don't need insurance. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But state law, no. Again, I advise getting insurance. But there's no state requirement. What else is there that's unique about New Hampshire? I already covered the schools. Allie says, Moscow, Idaho is a lot like New Hampshire. However, we have 2 major universities 7 miles from each other, and there are a lot of liberals there. Yeah, well, that New Hampshire does that too. There's a lot of liberals in Concord. Any of the major cities, major towns, there's more liberals. You get outside of those, yeah, they go away. But the good thing is like I said, legislatively, we're still holding our own. We're still every year they try to slip in some bullshit, from Massachusetts and shit. And it's like, no, we keep fighting them back. What else is there? People don't wave to each other. Again, this is one thing. I moved up from the South. Everybody waves to each other. It doesn't happen up here. Now, they'll wave back. A lot of times they'll wave back if you wave to them. But it used to be if you're driving a truck down south and another truck, you just wave. Up here, no. Unless you've got a specialty car or you're a motorcycle, you don't have that waving. You might, in some of the back roads, people might wave to you when you drive by, especially if you're minding your business and you're not doing 500 miles an hour. They'll wave. It's friendly. But it's not like down south. Gus says there is, 6 universities or colleges in New Hampshire? Oh, the Jeep wave? Yeah, I don't fucking Jeeps. Fuck them. And I was that close to getting a Jeep. Remember that? We were about to buy a Jeep. before I said adios to the gun sales thing. that fucking close. We had it nailed down, but the dealerships. We were looking at dealerships around the country. The one was out west, I forget where it was, and the other one was down just south of Boston. And we were narrowing in on the south of Boston one. We would have that delivered with about $500. That close, but they were a week late. They kept dragging their feet. Like, oh, well, So we didn't get the Jeep. But like y'all know, it's good. Trucks paid off. Zippy's paid off. So we don't owe on any of those. And we were fine. We're fine. Allie says, we have Commie, Washington State close by. You are close to the border to neighboring... Are you close to the border to a neighboring... I am not. I am just south of Concord. I'm just south of Concord. Let me show you. I'll show you my general area. I am in the greater Concord area. So is Gus is just north of Concord. I am just south of Concord. I could get to Gus's pretty quick if I didn't have to drive through Concord, but I do. Let's go back here. This is Concord, okay? Concord. I used to live here, too, in Pennacook, right up in here. Gus lives just north of Concord. I live just south of Concord. Sort of just south, just not directly, but a couple towns south of Concord. So there's Concord right here. Now, I'm going to zoom out here. There you go. This is Massachusetts. This is Vermont. This is Maine. There's Maine, Vermont, Massachusetts. So if I zoom back in here, you can see those borders. I want these towns to disappear. This is, see, here's where we are. Me and Gus, we're up in here. This is the Mass border. This is the Vermont border. This is the Maine border. So we're closer to Maine than we are Massachusetts or Vermont. Gus says we are 45 minutes to Massachusetts, 1 hour to Vermont, 45 minutes to Maine. Yeah, 45 to Mass if you jump on the highway. Maine, I can get to... Here's the problem. Straight line distance, Maine is closer. The roads aren't straight line. The roads aren't straight line. But it takes you much longer to get to Vermont. He says 15 minutes. It depends upon where you're going. But yeah, we're not smack dab on the border. Nashua's south of us, and let's see here. Let's go here. But see, this is Winnipesaukee. Love this area up here. That's where we wanted to settle down. We wanted to settle down right in this area right here, Tuftonboro area. Lower taxes, good access to the lake, and you're close to the White Mountains. See, this is the White Mountain National Forest up here. This is a beautiful area. This is where our mountains are up here. But you can see, all this green? It's very green. It's very green. Yeah. So yeah, we're not too close to the borders. Not us. Other people are. Other people are. Yep. But yeah, beautiful state. Beautiful state. Very old. Very old. See, people out west, especially in the Continental Divide, they consider themselves, rugged, and it's old. It ain't shit old out in Montana. Ain't shit old out in Idaho. It ain't old. It's all new shit. Old shit is out east. Our house is probably 125 years old. People are like, you what? You can buy houses 200 years old up here. Yeah, 200 years old. Northeast is old. You travel through, I tell this story all the time. You travel the back roads, and it's just, Gus says the town I lived in was established in 1735. Yeah, this is old. You travel the back roads, and it's just all woods, right? It's all forest. And you see these stone walls everywhere. I love stone walls. And you go, what the hell is a stone wall doing out in the middle of nowhere? Well, stone walls weren't put up for no reason. What they did is, see, the glaciers came through. Like I said, this is old here. The glaciers came through and it dropped a shit ton of rocks. Ali says, Gus, we are 480 miles from the Canadian border, so about 6 to 8 hours drive. Yeah, we're a lot closer than that. We can get up there, what, 4 hours? 3.5, 4 hours? Straight drive, fast, do the highway, something like that. So we're pretty close. But okay, so there's rocks everywhere. There's rocks everywhere. And farmers had to clear their fields. So every place that you see a stone wall marked the boundary of where they had fields. Gus says New Hampshire was all farmland back in the day, no trees. Right. So what they did is they moved the stones the least amount of distance around each of the fields, which means from the center to the edge. So you got stone walls fucking everywhere because there used to be no trees. We've got more trees now than when the colonists were here. Some because it was open land, others because they clear cut it and put it in. There was a little bit of both. But there used to be a saying, something like that a squirrel could travel from the East Coast to the Rocky Mountains without touching ground. There were so many trees. That doesn't hold true across the plains, though. But that's what they say. Kind of like they say, like canoes were big in Canada. Well, it's because they said that you could go damn near across the state, at least half the state, without having but, a few kilometers between portages. That's what they say. And I'm a canoeist. I like canoes. I got a couple. You've been to my Facebook page. That's my sports car. That's my sports car. Let's see if I can pull that bad boy up. That's my sports car. There we go. That's me and my North Star Phoenix with the black light layup. That's their most, I keep saying, it's the most expensive one they got. That's carbon and Kevlar. It's their lightest and fastest. The damn thing's only like 20 pounds. It's the whole damn canoe. I can spin it around like a stick, but it's tippy. It's super tippy. You don't give this to somebody who's just starting out. They'll get wet. They're going to tip that thing over. But that's my baby. Gus says, I was shocked that New Hampshire used to have elk. A very lot of them. They killed them off. Well, it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Now I thought, kayak, that's good. No, I'm just getting too old and I'm too damn tall. Tall people get into kayak. Yes, they do, but I'm old and tall. So I like my canoe. Easier to get in and out of, easier for me to deal with. The kids, they got kayaks, fine for the kids. That's fine. But, yeah. If you like outdoors and adventure, but again, not so far. Everything is close. It's close. It's not like the Continental Divide where you go, I'm going to travel half an hour, not see anybody, and no, doesn't. I mean, you could do it here, but you're not going to not see houses. Here's another thing about New Hampshire that it baffles. There's a shit ton of horses in New Hampshire. A shit ton. Very seldom ever see people riding them. They ride them. I've seen them only a handful of times in the 30 years I've been here where I've actually seen people out riding. And if I see somebody out riding and I've got the opportunity, I'll pull the fuck over and talk to them. I'd say, hey, good to see you actually riding that thing. But, yeah, tons of horses. A lot of people don't understand New England. Again, there's a lot of misconceptions. Where do you think the fucking horses came from? Judy says, I love horses. She loves horses. Yeah. You ever heard of the Morgan horse? Well, that's like from Vermont and Massachusetts. They still got a couple good Morgan breeding centers in Vermont. They're a small horse, extremely smart, extremely strong, carry way more than their size would say. So you're looking at probably a 13 to 15 and a half, maybe 16 on the big side, but most of them are around 14 to 15, 14 and a half. Small horses. But great horses. New England. Allie says, horses are beautiful, but they scare the crap out of me, thanks to one of my cousins. Yeah, they're like big dogs, but they don't think like dogs. We talked about this before in the show. They're like big dogs. They're silly. They're goofy. Or they can be mean. They don't think exactly like a dog. They're also farsighted because they're a prey animal. People don't understand. Horses are prey animals. That's why they like to have a herd. Excuse me. They're a herd animal. And they see better in the distance than they do up close. It doesn't mean that they can't see up close. They can, but they get really good farsightedness. The key to a horse is stay close. People get, they don't want, no, stay close. Stay close. Let them know you're there. Touch them. Don't tap them. Touch them. Touch them. Soft, but touch them. Okay? Let them know you're there. Talk to them. You can walk around the back. When you do, a lot of times you'll watch the horsemen. They'll walk and they'll brush their shoulder or they'll brush their hand as they're passing. Let the horse know they're there and they stay close. Now here's the reason why you stay close to a horse. They can't kick you. It's like a boxer. The most dangerous place for a horse to be with a horse or a boxer is right at the end of their punch. That's the most dangerous place you can be. You get in close, they can't hit you. Same with the horse. The worst they can do is push you out of the way. It's okay. Let them push you out of the way. If they step on you, just like a cow, if a horse or a cow steps on you, don't try to fucking pull your foot out. You make them move. Grab their tendon and make them move. They'll move. Let them lift because they're heavy. And then move your foot. But stay close. Stay close. Don't let them crowd you. Stay close, but don't let them crowd you. A lot of times, people where they're walking their horse and shit like that, and the horse is shoulder to shoulder with them, so their head is way ahead of them. Wrong answer. That horse is owning you. If their head is up here, that's fine. But don't let them get ahead of you, just like a dog. Dogs do that. The best place for your dog, unless you're letting them run, is right here beside you. You're the leader. Same way with a horse. Don't let a horse, when a horse comes in with their head all the time and in front of you and they think, oh, Jesus, yeah, look at that. No, he's bullying you. Stop that. Don't let them do that. Allie says, when I was little, my cousin put me on one bareback and walked away. I hung for dear life and hoped he wouldn't fall off to get me. Oh, yeah. So what was that? Just that's a long ways up for a kid. Was that what it was? You were just scared? That's a lot of animal, and you're way off the ground. Judy says they're very curious and have better hearing than a dog. Yep, absolutely wonderful hearing. But the good thing about them, too, is you can shoot. You can ride them mounted. You can do mountain shooting. because their ears are designed in a way that they're very directional. That's why their ears can move around. So as long as they're not, you're shooting over here, it's shielded in the back. So it's pretty good. So, but yeah. And they are very curious. And depending upon the breed, more so curious. And depending upon the breed, they'll get into trouble if you don't keep them active. Keep them active. Allie said, yup, and it was my first time, and she only came back. Yeah. You were fine. I'll bet you were fine. It's just, you're way up there. They're big. They are big. But there's something about, it's sort of like canoeing. It's between you, the canoe, and the water. And you work as one. When you don't, you have problems. And it's very relaxing. A horse is the same way. When you are, there's a difference between riding on a horse and riding a horse. If you're just there for the ride and you're just sitting in the saddle and just whatever. But to feel the animal beneath you, to be able to control it with a little bit of leg action. Do they move off leg or not? Minimal reins. They can feel you move in the seat. You go forward and back. And like a car, when you're driving a car and you look, and then you find yourself driving off the road, that's the same input that's coming in the saddle. So if you want to go right and left, and let's say you're not using leg, and you're not purposely using leg, and you're not using reins, you should be able to hold your hands up like this and turn your head, and your body's going to want to turn too. They can feel that through the saddle. They'll move in that direction, which is also very dangerous when you're sending signals and you don't know that you're sending signals. It's like you go to look in a direction, you don't want them to go that direction, but you're looking there. Well, you just told them with your ass that that's the way you want to go. They might go in that direction. They might. Allie says, Judy, maybe someday, me being half blind and no depth perception, I don't know. Oh, okay, Judy says, and I hope you gave them another chance. Oh, yeah, horses. Horses are wonderful. The missus is afraid of horses, too. They're just big. I love horses. Maybe someday, I'd like horses someday. But I also would like horses. My ultimate thing is to be able to retire on a place where I have some horses, but then I have somebody care for it, my kids or somebody. Funny horses can smell a bear a mile away. They do not like bears. Well, yeah, they're prey animals. The farm was pretty much raised. You always knew when one was near. Yeah, always watch your horses. They'll let you know. They will let you know. Another thing about horses, not a good trait with this thing. People go, oh, my horses, it doesn't like me to leave. And it's so super excited when I come home. It comes running up and it's like your horse has anxiety. It's separation anxiety. It's not healthy for a horse. Your horse should love you, trust you, and obey you, but not be so fixated in you that every time you're around, you're the only thing that they think about. That's not good. That's not good at all. You want your horse to show interest to you, but not be fixated until you tell them, watch me. Watch me. Because you can do that. Watch me. And if your horse isn't doing it, you bring them back in line. That's where groundwork comes in. A lot of people that have problems with their horses, they don't do enough groundwork. You need to do groundwork. That forms that bond between you and the horse, and it works on communication, because you learn. Both of you will learn how you each communicate. All humans communicate roughly the same. All horses communicate roughly the same. But like different languages and stuff like that, there are some differences. So you got to learn each other's language. Gus says fish or cats. Another animal they don't like. Allie says, Jim said his grandparents trained the last trigger from Roy Rogers. Yeah. Cool. Cool beans. But yeah, do your groundwork. Don't let your horse bully you. And they should not have separation. That's not cute. That's not cute. You want them to be attentive, but not fixated. Okay? Fixation isn't good. Because if they're fixated on you, they ain't paying attention. They ain't paying attention to what else is going on. You want them to pay attention to you when you want it, but not. You know, when you pull up, you don't want to see them come running to you. That's cute. No, you don't want. You want to see them look. Okay, they look. You're here. Okay. They might slowly walk over. That's fine. But normally, you want them just to look unless you go to the fence and call them over. Gus says a horse will always look you in the eye. They study. Yeah, they study everything. Especially you, Gus. Got to study that guy. Something about him. But yeah, horses. Horses, they're good. Good animals. And they're as expensive as you want to make them. They don't have to be super expensive. That's why there's so many fucking horses in New Hampshire. You go by house after, and it's like, holy shit, they got 2 run-in stalls there, and they got, they don't need horses don't need as much room as people think that they need as well. They really don't. Now, they need to exercise, but to house them, you don't need as much room as you think. Gus says, I have been nipped so many times. Well, rightly so. Rightly so, Gus. Here's another thing. You can rub a horse's shoulder. This is for a boy, okay? And I don't care whether they're a gelding or not, but definitely not a stallion. You can pat a male horse's chest. Just pat it. Don't sit there and rub a male horse's chest. Don't do that. You can rub their shoulders. You can rub their neck. Don't rub their chest. Like, why the hell don't you rub their chest? Does anybody here know why you don't rub a male horse's chest? Can you think why? Don't look it up. Just think about it. Why don't you rub a male horse's chest? You can pat it a couple times. That's fine. Don't rub his chest. Again, I don't care whether they're... Allie says, Jim says it turns them on. There you go. It's foreplay. Good job, Jim. It's foreplay. You go, well, why would that happen? It's because that's the first part of their body that hits a mare when they're ready to mount them. And you watch them play out there when they're getting ready. They'll be doing a lot of that chest rubbing, and that's what rubs against them when they're doing their deed. Gus says, thankfully, I'm not a horse guy. Never have been. I just do not trust them. Well, that's fine. But yeah. Allie says, Jim grew up with horses. Well, see, there you go. And he'll probably say, he ain't said anything that's wrong. He ain't said anything that's wrong. If I don't know, I won't say. So I've said that before. It's out of my wheelhouse. I know horses. Yep. Here's another thing. Saddles. People want the right size saddle for them. Can you fit in the saddle? Good enough. Good enough. The size of the tree matters more for the horse. Most horses will take a standard size for their size, unless they've got back problems. Then you can get that sorted out with pads and stuff. And if not, you custom measure it. But whatever. Because in the old West days, people had one fucking saddle, and then they put it on whatever horse they had. The seat size for a saddle will help you ride better, but it doesn't make you a better rider. Are you riding the horse or are you riding the saddle? The saddle just, I mean, it's comfortable and it's get there, but it's better to have a saddle that's too big. Always go too big if you don't go too small. But you ride bareback, right? You're riding the blanket or you're riding the horse. Saddle's the same way. Allie said Jim's grandparents were the main Appaloosa breeders on the Nez Perce Reservation. Cool beans. Laurel says my daughter-in-law wants a horse. Nope, not on this property. I would lose my farm exemption if they are pleasure. Yeah, you had said that, which is versus livestock. See, and we talked about this before, I'll bet you there's a way around that if you could prove that it was farm related. You got to work it. I bet you if you actually worked the horse, you could get around that. But yeah, normally, yeah. Gus says, I hate bareback riding. I never felt comfortable at all. Well, saddles are more comfortable. They're just more comfortable. Yeah, and you can adjust your skirts and your stirrups and everything. It's fine. Allie says, Gus, is that because you got nipped a lot? Gus doesn't like horsing around. Nah, he's full of monkey business. That's racist. Gus says leg hurt trying to hold on. Yeah, squeezing too tight. You'll get your inner thighs. I ain't rode horses in ages. My inner thighs probably fucking sore as hell for a while when I start riding again. Laurel says, I have told her you feed one and shovel the other. Oh, yeah. You can't eat them. You got to, look, if you got a horse, if they're just a pet, it's an expensive pet. If it's a vehicle, better. If it's a work instrument, even better. Even better. What I'd say, though, is if somebody wants a horse and they don't want to deal with it, you can get a horse at a stable. Most stables have horses for sale. And my sister-in-law, she's had, I don't know, at least two, maybe three horses over the years. She just switched them because they just weren't, they didn't get along. It wasn't right. And she worked at the stable paying it off for room and board. I mean, she bought the horse, but paying off room and board and feed. She worked at the stable. So you can have a horse and not even have horse property. And you just go to the stable and you can ride them and you can groom them and you can feed them and you can do whatever you want to do, depending upon how much money you have. Gus says, oh, I bet I couldn't walk down Road 1. Yeah. I'd agree with that. I tell you, more so, unless the horse was a good horse, I'd probably be pretty sore in the thighs, inner thighs. Probably wouldn't take me but a couple weeks to get back, though. I'm pretty good like that. But yeah, horses, they're good. Gus says my sister had two. And a goat. Ah, fucking goats. Nasty animals. Man, billies are some nasty animals. Piss on everything. Piss on their faces. That's nasty goats. The missus had talked about goats, milk goats. If we had property, we'd have to see. Don't think I'd want a billy, though. Gus says, I loved the goat. You would. You would, Gus. You Muslim? Oh, my goodness. So did John go there? Peggy says I have to go now. Good night, all, and thank you, John. You're most welcome, Peggy. Thank you for joining the show. Gus says he was a big boy. Yeah, they can be. They're nasty, nasty animals. Allie's laughing. You get some rest there, Peggy. I'll be up bright and early on Facebook getting that shit out. Plus, I'll be working on my site. And then I got to drive into Concord and get some shit done tomorrow. Busy time. But it's good that I got the message in from the laser folks. I'm a man of expectations. That's why, you know that about me. I don't mind waiting 2 weeks. If you tell me 2 weeks. I got notified the day I put the money in that it'd be 5 to 7 business days. I contacted them at 7 days afterwards. And it's been a good bit since then. So, yeah. I understand. They were sold out because I didn't get the 2-watt, 2.5 watt. Other laser. I forget what kind that was. It was a smaller laser. Mine's a 45 watt dialed in for 60. That just means it cuts like a 60. So she's got a good one. Allie says, have a good night, everyone. Thank you, Whiskey Cowboy. Good show tonight. Thank you for coming. Say hey to Jim. See you all on Facebook. Jump in there. Slap around those knuckleheads. I've been getting rid of them when I see them. Judy says, nice. Nice what? Nice what? What are you saying nice for? I'll be getting that other laser head for it when they get him in stock. Gus says, good night, everyone. Oh, nice for the laser. Yes. Yeah. Oh, no, it's slick. I'd been over it before. It's got the auto. It's got the high speed. It's got the high definition camera that just gets everything itself, levels and distances. It actually raises up and lowers. A lot of them you have to manually. This one just does it all by itself. It's pretty slick. It's pretty slick. So, yeah, it's pretty slick. I did my research. It's like, okay, if I'm going to spend the money, what's going to get me the best product? Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to look into poker chips. That'd be pretty cool. Because again, I can just add a pack of Hoyt cars. I don't even need to do that. You just give poker chips in a case. But it's nice to put in a deck of cards. Make a nice poker case for it and deck of cards and yeah. And what else? Judy says, heck yeah, that's real cool. Yeah, I just have to think about how to do because poker chips come in different colors, so they're easier. I'm not going to be able to do that. I mean, I could do 1 or 2, but getting the numbers on them for what, 1, 5, 10, 50, 100. I think that's 1, 5, 10, 50, and 100. Then however many there are, I'd have to do it. Yeah, I could get that. I could get that down. Now the poker set wouldn't be cheap. I'm going to have inexpensive products, but I ain't going to have any cheap products. As in pieces of crap. And they may cost more than comparable shit that you get from China, but they ain't from China. So it is what it is. But, yeah. So the missus is going to be happy. I'm going to tell her as soon as this is done that I got the email in. They should be coming in this week. So it's like, But, yeah. Thank you all for joining the show. It's good to have you here the whole damn show this time, Gus. You didn't fall asleep. Fucker. Oh, goodness gracious. Allie and Jim. Judy, Laurel. Peggy's left now. I don't know who else is here. Kay showed up, but he didn't say much anything. He just popped in. There's a couple other folks that sometimes show up, and I don't think they did. Whatever. So we'll be fine. Yeah, poker chips. And dominoes. Dominoes. That'd be pretty cool. Dominoes. But all right. I think that's about it. We're after 10 after. Juice says great show. Better show. I will see you on Wednesday. Wednesday's the next show. And Judy says good night, y'all. Good night, everyone. Sleep well, says Laurel. Indeedy. I think that's it. I always think, it's like, did I forget something? If I forget something, people can shoot me off a message later for it. But again, thank you for joining the show. See you bright and early tomorrow morning. Going to be a busy week. I'll keep you updated on the products and what's going on. And, well, God bless and take care.